Hello and welcome to this bonus video which I'm slotting into my playthrough of The Last of Us Part 1 PS5 on hard difficulty level. This is The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered's No Return mode. I've mentioned in 2 or 3 episodes recently that I've been using No Return as a way of practicing my skills and hopefully seeing improvement, which then translates across into my gameplay in the actual storyline itself. And I want that to be the case not just for The Last of Us Part 1, which I'm currently playing, but also for The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered when I get to it. Before this, a traditional way of improving yourself at The Last of Us and your ability has been by going backwards in time to chapters that you've covered previously, revisiting them and replaying them, perhaps trying out different tactics, maybe trying them at a different difficulty level to challenge yourself, all of which is good and proper, but runs one huge risk, and that is that the gameplay itself becomes very familiar to you. You are not surprised by anything, you know everything that's going to happen. The dialogue, the situations, the scenery, the encounters, all of it becomes very, very familiar. Heaven forbid, to the point where it becomes so stale that you actually stop wanting to play the game. And I do not want that to happen to me. This is only my second playthrough of the franchise, and I want to be able to return to these games and enjoy them for a long time to come. Enter No Return mode from The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. The beauty of this mode is that it is separate from the main storyline itself. No Return presents you with a set of scenarios and situations randomly given to you, some of which you can choose between, others of which you cannot. And in all of them, you're going to encounter enemies, human and infected. It is customizable. I'm not going to go into all the customizations here. This isn't a beginner's guide. Other people will be covering that sort of stuff. And you get to practice in those scenarios: tactics, combat, stealth, use of cover, gathering of resources, crafting of materials, using of different weapons. It's a fabulous way of playing The Last of Us without playing The Last of Us, if you see what I mean. It's not going to spoil your enjoyment of the main storyline. In fact, if anything, it should enhance it when you come to it because you'll be better at it. That is the theory. That's the reason that I've been playing No Return mode. Now, there are a few caveats before we go on. One of them I've given already. This isn't a beginner's guide. Other people out there are doing videos where they're going into great detail about all the settings and customizations that you can choose. That's fine. My video is here to illustrate a point that I've been making, that I play this game perhaps slightly differently to many people as a way of simply improving myself and hopefully seeing that translate over into the main game. Second caveat is I've only had The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered for about a week and a half, so I haven't had many chances to play it. I think I've played the No Return mode. Obviously I haven't touched the main storyline itself, that's for much later on. I think I've played No Return itself something like 5 or 6 times, an hour or 2 each time, and that's the limit of what I've done. And the third caveat is that I'm playing it on the easiest level. Now that might seem strange because I'm playing The Last of Us Part 1 on hard difficulty. Why am I playing No Return on the very easiest level? The reason is, and comments that people are making on forums bear me out in some degree to this point, it seems like encounters in No Return are more difficult than encounters in the main game itself. The difficulty level is ramped up somewhat by the fact that quite often there is a pressure on you. Sometimes you're actually working against a clock. At other times you're working against waves of enemies that are coming at you, and it does feel at times as if you're not fighting them one at a time. They can gang up on you. You can have 2 or 3 of them taking chunks out of you if you're not careful. So that pressure actually is a thing. Now, speaking as someone who doesn't like pressure in the main game itself, tries to avoid those situations, there's a degree of discomfort in playing No Return. It's very enjoyable in one way, and in other ways it's actually quite challenging, which actually, when you think about it, is a good thing, because if it were not, then you wouldn't be improving your skills, and that's the whole idea for me. Right, Now I think I've set the scene and explained myself well enough there. Shall we actually have a go? We're going to play a little bit, have a taster of No Return to illustrate what it is I'm trying to get at. Right, so here we are in no return mode. We're going to start off a new run. We're going for a standard run. We're not going to customise it in any way. There are an awful lot of things you can change for each of the runs. And there's also this thing called the daily run, which gives you one chance at completing something. And there's an online sort of scoreboard thing which it generates to show you how other people have performed. I am not that good, so a standard run will do for me. It says here, when you start a new run, you'll fight through a series of randomised combat encounters, culminating in a boss fight. Death is permanent, acquired weapons, items and upgrades are reset, and a new randomised map is generated for every new run. And I'm going to have the run through on very light because, as I've already said, it's a challenge. It's a lighter combat challenge, as it says there. It does not say easy. At this point also I'm going to turn off my camera because you need to see everything on the screen from here onwards. Right, so on the left we have a list of 10 playable characters which you unlock sequentially, one after the other, starting with Ellie. And as you can see, I've had this game about a week and a half. I've unlocked down to Lev so far, so I have 3 still left to do. Over on the right hand side, and this is the interesting thing from the point of view of practicing using No Return. Each of the characters has a different inventory, playstyle and set of traits associated with them. So you can see, for instance, Ellie will start off with a pistol and Molotovs. Her playstyle is described as balanced, whereas Dina starts off with a different handgun and the crafting recipe for making shivs, and her playstyle is described as crafting. Jessie is described as resourceful and has pipe bombs and a silenced handgun, and I'm not going to go through all the traits, but you can see they are changing each time we do this. Tommy has his associated sniper rifle and handgun, and Joel is described as unstoppable in his playstyle and has a whole load of inventory items. Abby is the person I've played with quite a lot recently. As you can see, she's not wearing what she would have started off in. This is a custom skin. There's a little thing down there with skins with a dot against it showing that I've earned various things here. I chose Abby as the person I'm playing with today because close combat fighting is something I'm poor at. It's a skill I want to practice, and Abby's inventory and playstyle fits me. She's got a handgun, a melee weapon, and that's it. Her traits, though, are interesting. She heals a little bit each time she does a melee kill, if she needs to be healed, that is. She also has a recipe for upgrading her melee and a branch associated with brawler upgrading, which is superb. There's also Lev, of course, who has the bow and arrow as well as a handgun. But it's Abby we're going to go for today, so we're going to select her. We're starting a new standard run. Here we go. Now, this is not intended to be a prescriptive beginner's guide, as I've said, but I will talk through some of the features as we come to them.
Ready.
Right, so it's landed us into Abby's home lair, her den, her base of operations, and as you can see, it's the upper deck of the aquarium, all lit up for Christmas by Owen. I love that place. I think he did a superb job of making it homely. This is the mission board where Abby gets to be told what it is she's going to do. Her first mission is going to be in the subway station. It's an encounter with the WLF as the enemy faction this time, and she's being hunted. And there are the rewards we can get if we manage to successfully complete it. We have no choice with our first mission. It's just assigned to us, and that's it. So after the usual Last of Us loading screen, a reminder of what we've got to do. We've got to survive the attack. Now you'll notice it says 19 seconds till the hunt begins. That's time you can use to rush around and pick up resources as much as you possibly can. I think I probably should go in this train because I'm not sure, but I bet there'll be something in here. And there is. Pick it up, Abby. Abby, quick, 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 quick. I don't want to be trapped in this train when the hunting starts. Okay, let's get out of here, quick. Quick. Straight out the back. And we're going to go quiet now. Ooh, let's pick that up. Can't pick it up. There it is. I don't think I can craft much at the moment. No, I can't. I haven't got enough. Right, torch off. Now, over at the top it says hunted 1 minute and 7 seconds, and it tells me there are 3 people hunting me. Here's one of them.
I'm on it. Hey! Hey!
Yeah, we've been found. And this is where the practice mode comes in, because you can do dodging and all kinds of melee practice.
All right.
Pick that stuff up. Now you notice I've still got 45 seconds to survive, and hunted that I've killed replenish. That little white bar is showing that they're going to be respawned.
Kathy, move up!
Wasn't too stealth. I've only got to survive 30 seconds. I'm not very well. I do not have the ability to craft a medipack. So I've got to... Oh, there is a tiny one there. That'll do for a little bit of help. If I can survive 17 seconds, I'll have completed the first encounter. Let's see if I can distract anybody. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to do this the hard way. Nice. That encounter's complete, and I don't know whether you noticed, but there was a little plus health sign over the top of Abby just as she killed that last hunter there. Last WF person. Right, now we scored a B for that. At the end of each encounter you're given a sort of report card and a grading, which goes from S, which I think stands for superb, special, splendid, whatever, all the way down. Well, let's just say I've had several Ds. I think you'll be able to guess from that what I'm meaning. Right, so we completed that encounter successfully, and after the loading screen it returns us to Abby's base of operations, but this time there are several other things we can do. We can open this chest for a start, which gives us a whole bunch of rewards which we can take and either save or spend. The first thing I'm going to do here is go over to the workbench. It's practice at using the workbench too. In the main game, workbenches are relatively rare, but in this one you return to the workbench after every encounter. I'm going to increase the capacity of my gun, because I think it will be useful for it to be able to hold more than 6 bullets. That's all I can afford to do. That's the only weapon I've got. Having said that though, there is this thing here called the trading post. And in the trading post I can spend the in-game currency which I've earned. And what I'm going to buy is, I don't think I'm going to go with the lead pipe, because I've got a kind of quite good knife there. I will, however, have the recipe so that I can craft silencers, and I think it might be an idea to buy a trip mine, or 2 in fact. I can actually afford the lead pipe. Here's the strange thing. Go on then, yes, I'll have it, why not? There's a choice to be made here as to whether you spend all your currency or save it in the hope that you're going to survive the next encounter, because things are carried forwards. Right, now this time we have a choice. We can play another game of Hunted, which will be in the hardware store, or we can try something called Capture. If I go with the hardware store, this time I'll be facing Infected as my enemy. If I was to go with Capture, I'll be facing Seraphites. Now I'm going to go with Capture because we haven't played that mode yet. What Capture involves is, generally speaking, there's an object such as a safe which you have to reach before the timer clock runs out. So this is rather like the opposite of the previous one, and indeed it is. Notice there's no big long run up here. We don't get so long to practice. Alright, we're going to go this way. There's a sign there telling me where my enemies are based, where they're going to be coming from. And I haven't got as long here to collect resources, because I've only got 2 minutes and 15 seconds till the safe locks, and I've got to eradicate my enemies before then. I'm guessing it's going to be in that building over there. Well, it's not going to come to us. This mode actually puts Abby more on the offensive. She's got to go for it. Being stealthy and safe is not going to achieve the objective. She's got to get in there and fight. So, with that in mind, here we go. We'll squeeze through there, Abby. No, we won't. We're going to go around the outside. Okay, I'll pick that up. And now we've only got 1 minute and 30 seconds to go, so I'm going in there. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a firefight. Ouch. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like a Molotov. Been flanked. Okay, we're going to have to go in there. Time's running out. 55 seconds. Come on, Abby. That's it. There's one left. There they are. I'm going to go straight for them. It is a practice at being offensive instead of defensive. Right, the encounter is complete, but the thing we're looking for is the safe. There is the safe. I'm going to pick up these few things here while I can. Go to the safe and open it. And inside are some juicy rewards, which I'm going to pick up. Notice it's still counting down and telling me I've got some time left before I go back to the hideout. So I'm going to use that time to try and pick up anything else of use, which I can, because all of this stuff will go with me to the hideout. Right, so we completed that second encounter, which was a capture. And we're going to get graded, as before. And it's an A this time, which is very good. So this time when we return, we're going to have the chest again. We can go to it and open it and see what rewards we've been given. They'll add to anything we had already from the previous run through. And we've been given an upgrade branch, which we'll have a quick look at. Because we've got our health points to spend, this is what we can spend it on so far. We can do faster crafting, and we can also afford heal on melee hit. Well, I'm going to improve that because I think that's worth doing. Can I afford to do that twice? Oh, momentum is a good one. After killing an enemy with a strike, for a short time your next melee attack will also be a strike. Let's do that. I think we're spent up. Okay, that's good. And now we'll pop to the workbench again. We've still only got the one weapon, but we've got quite a bit we can spend on it this time. We may be able to afford to do two things. Let's see. Right, so we could... Let's put a compensator on it to reduce the recoil. All of this is practice. All of this is stuff that you don't get to do very often in the main game. And I think we can also afford to... Oh, let's do stability as well, to make it more accurate when we're using it. Okay, good upgrades for the weapon there. We're just about spent up. Let's pop over to the trading post. Well, we can have some more ammunition for our military pistol. That will only cost us 3. We've got 9 to spend. We could buy a medical pack. I think we'll have a medipack. I think we'll max out on medipacks. And we'll buy some ammunition. And then we're spent up, which is pretty good. Nice. Now this time over on the board, there's no choice at this point. The third encounter is spelled out for us. It's a brewery encounter. We're being hunted by my worst enemy, infected. I hate fighting against infected. You do have to be careful. They can overwhelm you if they land on you in groups. Hunted. Right, here's that first 20 seconds that we're going to use wisely by grabbing everything we can. It's not always as obvious as this. Obviously on light level, things are easier in terms of resources. There are more of them to be grabbed. But having said that, let's craft that silencer. Let's do that. Can we also craft an upgrade to our melee weapon? We're being hunted. We've got to be careful. Right. Oh, trouble already. Great weapon. Now, did you see that little bit of plus health stuff that happened there? Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. Shot. Didn't kill it. Reload. Okay, there's one left, but they're respawning. Did you see? And we know where we are. We're in trouble. Okay, that was a good bit of melee. Pick up those. Pick up the ammunition. It really is a thing. We've got a whole minute to survive. And the next one's on the way already. Can you see behind? Look. We really do not get long here. Okay. Right. I'm sort of getting desperate now. I need to get away from that corner, I think. Let's get back onto this. I'm fairly healthy. 29 seconds to survive. We're back up to 3 on the infected. Now I can actually do some running to keep away from them. This is perfectly acceptable as a tactic. And I think I will at this stage. I'll try and pick up things as I go past. Uh-oh. Didn't run away from you. So there's 2 of them on. This is what I meant about being ganged up on. Can you see I've now got 3 of them? But thankfully, the encounter completed. The timer ran out before I died. That would have been a deadly situation, fighting 3 of them. Sometimes the best thing to do is to run away. Let's see how we scored on that one. It's a B, not bad. So again, we return back to the lair, the hideout as they call it.
This feels nice.
Abby's enjoying herself. And I'm getting plenty of practice here at the skirmishing. That's the thing I'm not good at. Let's see what we've got. Right. Now we're sort of running out of improvements to do to the handgun. All that we're left with really is fire rate, so we'll do that. And we'll switch off the light because, you know, energy and all that. We'll pop over and see what's at the trading post. A flamethrower. Oh, that would have been so nice, but I can't afford it. What I will do though is buy some pipe bombs. These are extremely useful things to have. Okay, and I think we could buy some supplements, and we can just pop and have a look on our supplement menu at some point. I'll craft a new silencer. Didn't really get to use it very much. Can't improve my melee weapon, but never mind. Let's have a look on our board. Now this time it does diverge and we have a choice. We can play capture again, which would be the TV station, or we can do assault, which is a mode we haven't tried. So let's do that, shall we? The assault is going to be based in the houses, and it's going to be up against Seraphites as the enemy faction. And it says on the thing, enemies starting combat. Now there are 2 options here. If it says combat, it means the enemy are aware of your location when the scenario starts, so they will be hunting for you straight away, and you're going to have problems in a hurry. If it was to say searching or search mode, that would mean they don't know where you are. So they don't know your exact location, and there's no need to sort of change it really quickly at the start of the scenario because they're still looking for you. Right, let's go, shall we? There's a possibility we'll get the covert ops manual, I think, if we complete this scenario. Now, assault comes in waves. There are 3 of them, and we've got this brief period of time at the start again where we can rush around and gather some resources. Now, this is a weird mode. You can spot these Molotovs being thrown. It's not me throwing them, it's just part of the game. Ah, right, resources. It was worth coming in here. Didn't really pick very much up there though, did I?
Damn it.
Okay, now we've got to be careful. Can you hear those Molotovs? It's terrifying, isn't it? Hi. I spotted you out there and just thought I'd borrow your weapon. I'm getting a bonus here, can you see? For my melee strikes. So I'm going to do another one. It's going to be painful, but my health is healing slightly because I'm doing melee. Right, now we're going to move. I'll go upstairs and make them come to me. Alright. health's okay. This is the first wave, and you can see in the indicator top right there are 2 enemy left in this wave. It is worth exploring houses because they are a place where resources are kept, but you've got to watch your back. There are lots of ways in and out of these rooms, and you can get caught out. Let's switch through here. I'll pick up everything I can, because remember, if we don't use it in this run, picking stuff up now means we'll have it when we get back to our base, and we can use them in the next run. There's no time clock on this one. Also, that's something to notice. This mode is purely combative. He's dead. Reload. That was good. Now, we haven't used stealth at all, really, so far, so I'm going to try and practice a bit of stealth stuff now. We'll see how far it gets us. Now you can see there's an indicator there in the middle of the screen. This happens when there is only 1 enemy left in a particular wave, and this is them. Now here's the thing, I could chase after this guy and kill him, or I can use the time while he's busy to have a look around in the house and pick up resources and maybe do some more crafting. So here I am, let's have a look. Nothing much I need to do at the moment, but the option would be there. Right, so let's jump out on the roof. Where is our guy? He's over there somewhere behind us, so I can legitimately jump down here and look in this house. See if there are any resources to be collected in here. It happens that there are. Most of them are things I don't need. That was useful, and that's useful. And now, still can't craft. Okay, now as this is a sort of me showing you how I use the mode, I'm going to not spend too long looking around. I will go in that cupboard though. Before I have an encounter with this last guy. He's over here. Let's see if we can go find him. I think he might be upstairs, or... I think he is. There he is. There's our man. So let's try and do a stealth on him. Bit of practice, that's what it's for. He's heading that way. I'm going to try and sneak up behind him. The indicator's actually very useful indeed, because otherwise you'd have no idea where the guy was. This could be noisy. I'm going to try it. It's a practice. It's seeing what happens. It's not the main game. You can afford to be experimental. It doesn't matter if things go wrong. As it happens, there he is, and we'll grab him. And that'll be the first wave finished. But almost immediately you'll notice the clock is counting and saying the next wave's arriving in that many seconds. And the Molotovs are a pain, aren't they? They really are quite dangerous, those Molotovs. Get 3 kills using a silencer and I'll get myself a bonus. So I might try that. I might be tempted to try that. Okay, let's squat down here for a bit. Check out if we can do any crafting yet. No, doesn't really matter too much. We're well blessed for bullets. Not sure if this guy knows where we are. There are 2 of them. I don't like that. There's too many. So let's get rid. There are more than 2. Dog. I thought I saw a dog. Okay, I'm going to jump over here. And she's behind you. Oh, that was poor. This is why we practice. I'm going to jump up here and take her on. Why not? It's practice at being brave too, isn't it? Because that was braver than I'm normally in the main game. But I just fancied it. I just thought I'd have a go. Still not actually getting the things I need. Okay, down, down, down. Watch yourself. There are too many ins and outs of this room. I've got two enemies left in this particular wave. I'm going to retreat slightly, so I don't want to be surprised. Molotovs everywhere. Hear them? Listen mode works, by the way, in No Return. You can have a look around. Okay, here's the first of the last two who are left. Choices. We could legitimately shoot them, or we can try and stealth them. Should we try and stealth them? Uh-oh, didn't like that sound. That might mean that the second one has actually spotted me. Let's sneak this way, up to here, and you, my friend, are leaving the game. To the sound of exploding molotovs. Little health boosts there. And I think, do you know what? I think I will have your melee weapon. Thank you. Right, we have the indicator for the last person left alive. There it is. I do have the option to remove the silencer, which again I've never actually used in the main game. So this is a great time to practice it. Let's have a go and see what happens. It works. That's not something I've ever done before. Remember, in the main game, it's only my second playthrough of The Last of Us Part 1. This is Last of Us Part 2, but the mechanism, I presume, is the same. Right, so you're all the way over there. Coming my way. So, something else I've not done is to use a brick to stun one of my enemies. Believe it or not, I've never actually done that. So I'm going to try and do it. Let's see if we can do this. It's tricky. Oh, I missed! I totally missed. Alright, next wave's coming in 17 seconds. There isn't much for me to pick up here because at last I can craft to improve my melee weapon. I'm pretty well blessed. Now that will mean that I have made a hole for some resources, so I can pop in and quickly just pick up anything I can. That was it, I think. Let's have a look in the TV unit drawer. No remotes, no TV magazines. Whoa, hey, steady with those Molotovs. Right, the indicator's telling me that's where they're originating from. Here they come. Uh-oh, now this time I might be in trouble because I think they know where I am. So... Ooh, that didn't work. I was too far away. I think I was too far away. Alright, we're up. Okay, Abby. Ooh! Close combat practice. She's a demon. She's... That's easy for you to say. Oh, I got caught there. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go for this. And suffer the consequences. Alright, alright. Enough with those. Enough with the Molotovs. I'm a little bit poorly. Let's get our breath back. I'm going to go over here. Picking up anything I can as I go. Yes, I'm going to equip a health kit. Get down. Let's do it. Time for some health, because we're not well. Oh, this is bad. We're really not well. Hold my finger on R1. Otherwise we're not going to get this done. That was bad. Let's do another health kit just in case. Alright, this isn't good. She's suffering. I'm going to have to try and heal her. Abby's very poorly. Ouch! She's getting more poorly by the second. Oh, crikey. Oh, come on, just get in there and melee. Well done.
I'll put you down.
I don't think you will. Right, cover. Weapon. Ouch, that really hurt. No, I think we're in trouble. I'm pretty sure we're in bad trouble. We've only got one left, and I'm going to run away for a moment because I want to be able to... Ouch. These things really are bad. Did you see that? It sort of creates barriers for you that you cannot run through. And we're going to go this way. I just want a little bit of a breathing space away from my main enemy. Whoa, more Molotovs. Now, normally I would never run into a place like this, but I quite like the idea that it's away from where they are. I can't pick any of that up. Now, I need to do a medipack, I think. I'll craft one. I'll craft two. I'm going to use one of them immediately. Then, back in my crafting menu, I'm going to craft another one. I'm not worried about the silencer, because there's only one guy left out there. Now, I've used some resources there, so it's a good idea if I can do this before... Oh, he spotted me all that way away. That was a very long way away for him to spot me, don't you think? I think that was a long way away. I'm going to have to find my way out of this, I think. He's right round the corner. There he is. Now, there are other resources to be gained if I'm brave enough to run a bit of a gamut here. So I'm going to be brave. I'm going to break cover. He's going to see me and I'm not worried about it. I'm into this house. What can I gather? What am I going to get as a result of my bravery other than shot at? Probably quite a bit, actually. Yes. This is good. This is good resource gathering. Got to be a bit careful of those Molotovs. Don't want to get caught out by those. That was worth it. Every bit of that was worth it. Right. Let's see what the situation is. We can craft a silencer. I'll do that ready for next time. I can craft an improvement to my melee weapon. I'll do that ready for next time. And now we're going to go and take out this last guy. You remember I was talking about using this as a way of practicing and getting better at your skills so that when you come to play in the main game, you're not having to spoil the story. These scenarios are reminiscent of the main story because they're taken from situations in the main story. But it isn't actually involving the story itself. All of this practice is outside of that. And that's why I love it. It's fantastic. It's just running around, not quite sandboxishly, but you know what I mean by that? That, you know, you're not having to think, you know, where is this character, where is that character? What's my overall main objective going to be after this? How does this forward the story? You're not having to worry about stuff like that. It's pure combat. And if you're not good at combat, and I'm not, then, oh look at that, buried underwater, didn't see it. Then it's great. Don't do that, Abby. Alright, let's go for this guy now then. I think we've picked up just about, not quite, just about everything that we can from this house. Our health is very good. We're pretty much maxed out on everything, but not quite. Right, where's our indicator? He's down there. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go through this little gap. I'm useless at squeezing through gaps. I often press the wrong button to do it. And then I'm going to go around here. Right, I think we can possibly do... Ooh, maybe do a stealth. No, maybe not. Okay. Let's do this the hard way. Is he going to drop back into not knowing where I am? No, he's not. Probably wasted a bullet or two there. Not the end of the world because I've picked up his spare ammunition. The encounter's complete. It's given me 15 seconds before I go back, but to be honest, I don't think there's a lot I can pick up in those 15 seconds. Having said that, there's a bit of ammunition there. I've mostly picked up everything. It goes very quickly, the time. Alright, now actually we're doing extremely well here in this run through, because normally by now I'd be dead. It must be you. It must be your presence which is inspiring me to try harder. I've got the B again. So we've got 3 Bs and an A. Not bad. If they were exam results, you'd be thinking, no, not too bad. Right, we're back here again.
Now.
And as well as getting our rewards, if you remember, it said if we completed this successfully, we'd get the upgrade branch for covert ops, which we have, which means we can look at that now and decide whether we want to spend any of this. Faster prone movement. Do you know I haven't used prone at all yet in this little practice, have I? I can do faster crafting, and I can make my momentum duration last even longer. Do you know, I think I'll do that. And I'll also do faster crafting. Good, that's all spent up, well done. Let's pop over to their bench. We still only got the one weapon, and we've done everything to it. Now the beauty of this is, if the trading post offers us a new weapon, and it has a semi-automatic rifle, which I will purchase, which basically clears me out, I can go back to the workbench. It's not sort of one visit and you're done, and I can choose that now as the weapon that I'd like to improve. All improvements are available to me, and I've got lots of money to spend. I will increase the capacity of the magazine. And I'm still on that weapon. I can't afford many other things, if you notice. Some of them there just blanked out. I can improve its stability. I may not even get to use this weapon very much. It depends what the encounter is. Alright, okay, that was good. So we've been to the workbench, we've been to the trading post. Now it's time to return to the mission board and look and see what we're being given this time. No choice this time. Gas station assault. It's my least favourite. It's infected. It's my least favourite start-in mode in its combat, which means they know where I am. And the rewards are quite modest, actually, I think, for completing this one. This is the last step before the boss fight. Now, I have to tell you, I've only ever reached a boss fight twice in the 7-8 days that I've owned this game, and I died both times. Assault, clear each wave. Right, we know how this works. We also know that Ellie's, Abby, I beg your pardon, is pretty well blessed for resources at the moment, so it's unlikely that anything I encounter I'd be able to pick up. Now, this is useful. If I deposit 1 bomb and a medipack in there, I'll be given a bonus when I get back, assuming I survive, to my headquarters. I do not know what the bonus will be. Right. We're in business. This is it. Oh, that one came up on me without being able to see. Abby, come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're being multiple enemied at the same time. Behind you. This is what happens. This is what happens. Notice this is a big wave, and there's another one appearing there too. I've got to get out of here, so I'm going to run away bravely and try and get myself a bit of distance. A weapon. Oh man, you came up on the side. I just sort of saw a shadow. Oh, this could be very bad. Run, Abby. Abby, run. I'm wondering whether I can climb up on this car. Oh, I couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me do it. Oh, look at all this, look. Pick them up. Right, back into shooting mode. We've really got to use these weapons. 2 left in the first wave. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. We've only got 5 bullets left in this gun. Good shot. That's a wave down. Over there you can see a symbol. This crate could contain very useful resources for me. And it did. So I've picked that up and that's extremely useful. It's given me a load of bullets for this gun. Right, the next wave is incoming. If I kill an enemy while holding another as a hostage, I'll get a whopping bonus. It's not going to happen. Here they come. Remember, I'm a person who panics under pressure. Oh, there's one more coming. I've only got 2 bullets. Okay, different handgun. Oh, let's use a brick. Oh, I've missed again. Okay, we're going with a melee weapon. You are a melee specialist after all. Right, we desperately need ammunition. Oh, we so need it. There's another crate over there, which I'm not gonna... I am gonna get to. Oh, that didn't do much for me. That wasn't terribly helpful. I kind of like this corner. I'm going to stay over here. I kind of like it. Situationally, I probably should use a medipack. Oh, I was too slow. And now I'm in bother. Because they've arrived. Oh no! Who said there was going to be bloaters in this? I had no idea. I had no idea. Oh, Abby, we're in deep trouble. I think we're going to die. I think we're going to die, folks. I can't run very fast and I'm running into a corner. And it's right behind me. I'm getting a little health bonus for doing kills on these guys, but I don't think it's going to help me enough. I'm running away. Ouch. Keep going, Abby. She can't really run very fast because she's not well. I can climb up a little. What do I have? I have pipe bombs. Not much, I'm afraid. Let's get out of here. I mean, I'm mobile again, but that's not going to help me, I think. Oh, you're absolutely kidding me. That's unbelievable. Okay, don't stop to look around. You know, victory is one thing, but you need resources. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I've got 6 seconds to get into this building and grab whatever I can. And there's virtually nothing to grab. Would you know it? Look at that. Well, that was amazing because I did not think that would happen. Okay. Look, here's me. You can see the look on my face. I scored a B for that as well. Alright, okay, camera's gone. This means, unfortunately, we're now going to be in a boss fight. Oh. Again though, you know, in the main game, how many times do you get to practice actual boss fights? In No Return, if you're successful, you get one every time. Now, because I deposited some items, this is the item I've been rewarded with, the mystery item. It's a crossbow. Wow. Okay, and I've got some currency which I'll spend. There's no point saving it because I'm only going to do this one run through. I suspect it's going to come to a sticky end in a minute, but we'll see. Let's look at what improvements we can do. We've not got a great deal to spend. We could put a scope on this. We can we can't do anything to that because okay, we'll spend it. We're going to spend the whole lot. Whoa, that's a weapon, isn't it? Okay, I will increase the stability of it. It's just about cleared me out of everything I've got. I have a crossbow. Alright. Let's pop to the trading post and see what they're happy to sell us. Maybe it'll be arrows. It won't be arrows. I love pipe bombs. I will buy some more. I don't think I need to buy medipacks because, and you can do actual crafting while you're here. I think I've got what I need to craft a new medipack. I can't much see the point of a silencer if it's going to be a boss fight, and I can't afford to improve my melee weapon, which is a great shame. Okay, so we'll hit straight into the boss fight. Oh, it's an arcade bloater. Alright. I'm going to pop myself back in for this because, you know, you can see me suffering if you like. I'm sorry about the squeaky chair, by the way. Here we go. Yeah, this is not going to happen. Alright.
Shit.
Abby, do it. Oh, God, that's not gone off. I blew up one of the cabinets instead. And you know what? I can't see where it is. Oh, there he is. Have that. No, Abby. No. Get up and run away. What were you thinking? We don't do that, do we? I can hear it and I can't see it. It's not good. Oh, I think he's right behind me. There he is. This time. Boom. Okay, we've got trap mines. Let's put them down. Come this way. I'm going to try and lure him this way. Come on. I want you to tread on this trap mine. Also, as I've never used it before, I'll use that. Oh, here we go. Ah, the trap mine took care of that for me. That was a good thing. And while you're not well, die. Thanks for the weapon, the ammunition. Spore bomb. Reload. Virtually nothing. Oh no, too close. It's too dark as well. And I have no torch. I do have a torch. There's just nothing much in the way of ammunition, of weapons here. Where did you come from? Abby, turn around. Kill. Kill Abby. Ow! I need that health bonus and I'm going to die here because there's too many of them. And they push me backwards into the arcade bloater. Who's pulped me? Who smashed me to a pulp? Oh man. That was good. That was actually quite good. Let's see what my score is. Oh, D. Okay. Yeah, alright. So overall, it looks like my score for the entire run was a B. And that for me is extremely good. Trust me. Alright, I'll be back with you in a second. So there we go, that's the no return mode and the way that I am using it. Now I know that no return is sort of a separate entity and that people are using it as a roguelike survival game where the objective is to get all the way through to the boss fight, defeat the boss at the end and progress through difficulty levels, which is fantastic. That's the way that many people play this mode. I see it slightly differently, as I've said. For me, it's purely a chance to experiment and try out what works, what doesn't, try tackling enemies in different ways, try being covert and sneaky and stealthy 1 minute and offensive the next. And although I've focused on Abby in this particular run, you can see the potential for trying different characters with different loadouts of weapons and traits and playing their way of doing the game and developing different skills by doing that. So there's a lot of potential there for someone like me who's not very good, and there's massive room for improvement. That was only the third time that I've reached the boss fight at the end. You were blessed there, as was I. Because when I thought I'll show how I'm using no return, I thought to myself, now how is this going to go? Probably I'm going to do a round or 2 rounds and die, and then I'll switch to another character and do a round or 2 or 3 rounds and die, and then I'll switch to another character or go back to the first one and do a round or 2 and die, and that will be the entire thing. Instead of which I got to stick with one character Abby, which allowed me a bit of progression. I could develop her weapons, and she had a lot of resources by the end. She did nearly die in that situation where Molotovs were being exploded all around us, and running through them isn't a good idea, as I discovered. It's all fantastic. Experimentation, practice outside of the storyline. Now, it happens that the scenarios, the situations, the physical locations are all from The Last of Us Part 2, obviously, because No Return is part of that game. But I think the things you practice and get better at and get worse at are just as applicable in No Return for The Last of Us Part 1, which I'm currently doing my playthrough of. So, when I find myself with a few spare minutes at the moment, I find it very easy to just load up No Return and spend whatever, because each of the scenarios, each of the situations, the contacts, the challenges that you're given are quite short. Some of them only last a few minutes, and it means you can squish a lot into a small space of time. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to do to illustrate the point I made in my introductions recently about how I was finding No Return an extremely valuable companion piece to The Last of Us storyline in the main game, helping you to get better at stuff. I'll be back soon with the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.